Today we're going to play with a deck that is super powerful in Commander, but it's nowhere to be seen in Historic Brawl. This is Gargos, Vicious Watcher, and this is Mono Green Hydras and good stuff. So the reason nobody plays with Gargos is because arguably there's not so much support for Hydras in Arena. However, Gargos is still an amazing commander. A 6 mana 8/7 with Vigilance is very above the curve, but actually what we want to try to abuse is his trigger ability, because anytime a spell triggers a creature, any creature we control, we can make Gargos fight another creature. So let's take a look at the deck. Section 1. Staff to target Gargos. Here we have a bunch of fight spells that will make Gargos fight twice, and a protection spell in Snakeskin Veil. Not too many of these targeting spells, but just enough so we can keep creatures under control. Section 2. The Hydras. These are all the Hydras we run, just 8, but they are all very good, especially if we get the Gargos discount. There were at least 4 or 5 more Hydras that you don't need to run. Section 3. The Mana Dorks. Our usual Mana Dork section, as we are a big mana value deck. Selval in this deck can be incredible, same as if we find Nykthos. Section 4. Mana Rocks. As mentioned before, standard ramp package we want to use in green. Section 5. KT, Kenrith Transformation, our only quote-unquote removal spell. Other than the fight spells, it deals with a commander permanently, so we always include it in green. Section 6. Other creatures. So much value in this section. Fauna Shaman, can tutor for our Hydras. Kadama rewards us for playing creatures that are modified. Vorinclex also works really well with counters, but as well with our Planeswalkers, and the endless value from Titus Tracker, Provisioner, Oracle, Corsair, and so on. Section 7. Draw Engines. Our big creature gives us the chance to play spells like Colossal Majesty and Garrus Uprising. Keep finding action. We can also discount the mana of the Great Henge pretty easily. Section 8. The Super Friends. A couple of Vivians, a couple of Nisas, a Garruk, and a Renan 7. We're good to go. So that's the deck. That's the deal. Now let's go make Gargos great in Historic Brawl. What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Historic Brawl and today we are going Mono Green Gargos. This is Hydras but not Hydras, this is half Hydras, half value. We are playing versus Wilson, so wow, what a great battle. Alright, so Gargos is an all-star in Commander just because you have so much support for Hydras. But then in Historic Brawl, nobody plays with Gargos. And I said, you know what? His abilities are good enough that you can play it as a mono-green commander with some Hydras. But then you can just run it for value. And the fight trigger from Gargos is actually very good. So, you are watching one of the top Historic Brawl channels in the world. As we are approaching 1,000 subscribers very fast, I will tell you, you don't want to miss being part of the first 1,000 subscribers of the channel. So, if you're not a subscriber, then I think you should do it. Yeah, we are approaching very fast to 1,000 subscribers. Channel is growing very fast. We keep playing Magic, baby, the best format in the world. We're going to add mana from our Castle Garenbrick to bring Gargos. Daddy Gargos isn't at home. And 8/7 Vigilance for 6 is pretty good. And then now we can target him with Snakeskin Veil and fight something. Ooh, alright, perfect. So now we can protect Gargos, make him fight one of their creatures. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that's what it's all about. Here we are for another round with the Gargos. Maybe Hydras, maybe value, but this is Gargos. This video is dedicated to one of my best friends, Diego. He has a Gargos commander. His first commander ever was with Gargos, while my first ever EDH deck was Gishath. So I remember our Gargos versus Gishath battles. Opponent is on Thalia, mono white. We don't really care too much about this, we are mostly playing creatures. In this case we can go Paradise Druid. And mono white Thalia, we have a Corsair of Crufex, was added in the last Explorer Anthology. Very nice addition, a staple in mono green. Okay. We also have the Tireless Tracker. What do we want to do? Do we want to go Tireless Tracker value or Corsair value? Oh, Okay, so we're going to draw an Oracle of Muldia, which, don't get me wrong, is really cool, but it's very redundant with Corsair. Now I wish I had played a Tireless Tracker. Ooh, so opponent is taxing our non-creature spells pretty hard, but I don't really care about that. They are just taxing our ramp nut right now, but we have the lands. Or maybe not. Well, one land. Luminarch Aspirant, that's going to grow the flyer. So if we go Oracle here, then maybe next turn we can hit a couple of lands in a row. Tireless Tracker is going to make clues. I think it might be a little late to start doing that. We just want to ensure we can catch up to our lands, and maybe playing Oracle is better. I would like to see 2 lands after that Questing Beast. Well, yeah, I will go that route. Tireless Tracker is good if we can start cracking up clues, but I think that's a little bit late, and they are kind of pressuring us. Alright, so opponent is deciding to blow up something with Ghost Quarter, which is kind of odd, because they are putting themselves down 1 land. While I didn't really care about that Tender Timber Symbiosis. Well, they shuffled the top of our deck, so instead of a Questing Beast, we're going Gargos? I don't understand that play. Alright, so Soul Warden for the opponent, and an Ajani's Primate. Well, that's convenient. Now they can start growing their Primate. We just want to play Gargos. We play Gargos, and then all of a sudden we can start fighting things, and we like to fight. Well, there's the land that we wanted to see. Not a second land, unfortunately. So I guess we could play Gargos. 8/7 Trampler kind of stone walls their ground attackers, and then any targeted removal spell can, any fight spell can bring us back in this game. Colossal Majesty is going to be great for an extra card draw engine. While opponent is, yeah, they are pinching mana. They blew up the Ghost Quarter kind of unnecessarily. And we need to deal with our flyer. Also, that Ajani Primate can become a problem. Alright, there's a land. And we are going to draw a Hydra. Well, then drawing one of our Hydras is great, because Gargos makes those Hydra even better. Tireless Tracker, after having played the land, does not make any sense. I rushed into the Boseiju. And we could, oh, we always had the Primal Might in hand, right? Like, now we can fight. We can make Gargos fight. I think this is exactly, because we can plus, no, not plus 6. We can do it for 4. Can do it for 4. So we can give it plus 4 plus 4. Fight is going to be a 12-11. We can fight 12-11, so it's going to survive, because we fight the Wingmare, and then we fight the Primate. Gargos 2-1. Okay, cool. No attacks. Pass. Yep. That was yeah, the Primal Might was in hand. Sometimes my own username covers the cards. Opponent plays a Sand Gold Sentinel. Gonna exile something from the graveyard, gain a life. But we are loaded up. Our hand is great. They don't have good attacks. I guess the Sand Gold Sentinel can gain unblockable. There's a Hydra. We could go many routes. Maybe we could deploy the Colossal Majesty, start drawing extra cards next turn. Wolf Willow here. And I think Gargos could even attack. If they want to trade most of their board for a Gargos we can recast next turn, then I'm all for it. Because Luminarch Aspirant can keep growing their creatures, they can keep gaining life, they can make the Sentinel unblockable, so we might as well start attacking. They take it. And we say go. Yeah, Corsair and Oracle haven't been really too good this game. Just found a couple of lands from the top of our deck. But it's awkward, the redundancy. Hopefully the Colossal Majesty can start drawing us cards. We need Gargos to survive. Sure. And make this Sungold Sentinel bigger, so now they will give it Hexproof from green. They can activate these if they control creatures with at least 3 creatures with different power, which they have. So now they get unblockable from green. And we go down to 13. Alright, so let's draw an extra card. Ooh, there's Sylvala. Well, it's cool. Can make so much mana with Gargos. Let's do red and 7 and reveal the lands. We need to hit our land drops. Nick those. Cool. We can play Nick those. Gain a life. Play another land. Gain another life. Let's activate Nick those. Make 11 mana. Then we can go... Wow, we can do so many things. We can go Briar Hydra, opponent gives us SGGs. There you go, Gargos. Gargos is good in Historic Brawl. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to play with Gargos, Hydras, and value versus Lelia the Blade Reforged. I think Lelia is even more value than our green deck. Opponent goes first. Hand is not very good, but it has a Kenrith's transformation, which is probably our only way to deal with Lelia. Yeah, this is not a very good matchup for us, just because we don't have efficient ways to remove their threats. Our deck is more focused on developing quickly our board and getting to our big creatures. But they, on the play, they can go so fast. Scavenging Goose might be good. The rest of our hand is not very good. But I think I'm going to trust in the Kenrith's transformation. Mountain for them, we can start with a tap land. We play a Hasty Feldon. Yeah, not looking very good, because I'm not going to spend on the Kenrith's transformation on that. I will trade a Feldon for Scavenging Goose, unless they... Yeah. So we're going to do this. We're going to KT. And see if we can... If I had block also Feldon before, then Lelia would have grown even more, because they get to exile 2 cards. Lelia would be a 6/6, so there was no reason to block. I am going to block now. We cannot take so much damage. Okay, Lelia is still a threat, so Kenrith transformation, while it's good to deactivate some commanders, 4/4 is still 4/4. Alright, so we trade there. We make a treasure. And what else? They hit a couple of cards. Gitu, Ember Coiler. This is prowess. Wow, this is unfortunate because we make a piece. It doesn't really matter. We can settle the wilds, try to get to Gargos the following turn. We're still at 14. Maybe if they don't have anything else with haste, then we can maybe Nissa into Garuk. Not sure. I think we're dead. Holy moly. Alright, so that's an Ember Cleave. Down to 1, and now risk factor. I think it's safe right now to concede. We don't have ways to recover from this. Yep. Concede, good game. Here we are for another round with Gargos Hydras, facing Rusko Clockmaker. Alright. They are putting us versus the most obnoxious commander in the format right now, which is Rusko Clockmaker, which should be completely nerfed, and hopefully they're going to do it very soon. Nobody likes to play against them, so get out of here, Rusko. Okay, I am going to play. I'm not going to concede, but I don't have a very good turn to play, I guess. I guess we could definitely run these for 2. No. Just going to wait. I'm going to wait because I don't even have a better turn 4. Turn 3 play with 4 mana. So I better play it as a... Well, now I have a better play. They give me a target for the Rex Sage. And Wildwood Scorch could potentially wait for after we play Gargos. Otherwise, hopefully we hit our 5th land drop. Otherwise, we're going to have to play it next turn. There's a natural Midnight Clock for the Rusko player. Just... Oh, there's the 5th mana source. Wow, this is great. We can run Vivian and destroy the Midnight Clock. Well, that is a good turn of events for us. Get rid of the obnoxiousness of Midnight Clock, while opponent considers our play.
Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Cool, cool. Then we can attack for 2. Now hoping to play Renin 7, which gets a massive discount to Great Henge. The opponent fires off Rusko, so here comes the Midnight Clock again. I think if we tick up Vivian one more time, then next turn we can blow that up again. Let's try to find a land here. Wow, whiff on lands. Whiffing on lands is quite unfortunate. So now we have to choose between a Hydra, a Tireless Provisioner, that we don't have lands. Maybe it's good with Renin 7, but the Hydra here could be good after Gargos, a 2 mana Hydra, plus ramping up for any land that we want. We can find Nykthos with that. So we can go Renin 7, put the Tree Folk, looking to discount the cost of our Great Henge at some point. So we have to outvalue Rusko basically. And the Great Henge is a great way to outvalue them. A couple of Planeswalkers as well. No. There's a Kitten. Has to be one of their best cards. Yeah. Come on. So they blink Rusko, make another clock, get rid of our 4/4. Oh la la. Okay, we still have Vivian. I think I need to cash her in. We could go find the lands from Renin 7, play the land. Could definitely play Gargos. Could go also Hydra. I'm thinking about Cashing in Vivian, maybe destroy the 4 counter Midnight Clock. But Gargos has a massive discount over our Hydras, makes our Great Henge so low mana value, makes our Hydras really inexpensive. So if Gargos survives, then we are in a very good position. Gotta keep pinching them on mana. Every time they blink Rusko, they pay for half their commander attacks, which is really unfair. And now they can blink him again. They shouldn't be allowed. Rusko should say, if you cast it. If you cast it, make a Midnight Clock. But if it entered the battlefield any other way, then you shouldn't be able to do that. They're looking at the Gargos. They go for the throat. Well, at least we can now get rid of this Placer Kitten. Not great, but at least we get rid of a kitten. They make another clock. Yay. They drain us, make another clock, we lose Gargos. Okay. Clocks are ticking up. Kenrith's transformation. Not very good versus Rusko, right? Just draw a card. So we can definitely make another tree. I think that discounting the Great Henge has to be the best way to go. This has much more value than having Ren on the battlefield sitting there. So Great Henge online. And now we could go Hydra, go fetch a land. Take, where is it? Take those, yes. That's another great card from our deck. Nick those. Put a counter there and pass the turns. Pass to them with a Great Henge, a Nick those, and many cards in our hand. I don't know if this is enough for versus Rusko, but we have managed to develop our board greatly. How can you enjoy this? Alright, so Paradox Engine. As if we needed something else. Alright, so oh, Liberator. That can blow up the Midnight Clock at 10. So the key thing here is that even if I try to target the Midnight Clock at 10, which currently cannot tick to 12, they could have any instant or that could make them untap all the clocks, and they could respond to my targeting of the Midnight Clock and make it tick to 12 regardless. So I should not target the Midnight Clock at 10. I shouldn't do that. But we can play many things thanks to the Nick those mana. And I'm thinking like we should put even more green symbols in the battlefield to make Nick those even better. And we can go, probably we can play, we can go Scavenging Goose for, as a first creature, draw Vivian. Vivian. We can also go tap this, tap that. Play a Fauna Shaman, put another green symbol on the battlefield, grow the Nykthos mana, draw a card. Mutables, which we can play. Grow grow the token from the Renan 7. Can read transformation just to put another green symbol, draw another card. Because this is not free, but essentially it's for 1 mana. And then we add 10. We could play both Vivian and Nissa. Nissa can even untap a land for us to use Outland Liberator on Paradox Engine. And then here we can just create a beast. Play Nissa. Maybe there was a better sequence, maybe Gargos even was better here. But let's see. We could have played Nissa, maybe grab something from our graveyard, but I think I like this play. Because now I can untap any land and attempt at destroying the Paradox Engine. They will get the new hand from the Midnight Clock, but I'm just cashing in on having more value than them. Let's go to attacks. I'm not going to attack with a land. Just going to attack with these two. Alright. They take 8. Rusko back to the command zone. And then could definitely play the Hydras for 0 just to draw from the Great Henge. But I'm going to just activate Outland Liberator, and I need to destroy Paradox Engine. The highest upside would be to destroy the Midnight Clock at 10, but then things can go south very quick, so I'm just going to do this. So alright, opponent, can you win by drawing a new hand? That's the question. Put a 3/3 with trample? No, with vigilance. Alright, here they go off. Midnight Clock ticks up. First of a couple. They land. They have so much mana. But look at our board. Wow, and this is even without Gargos, but they had to get rid of Gargos to do this, because we... Come on. Oh my god, alright. We still have 2 Planeswalkers. They didn't use... Well, they should have left Rusko in the graveyard if they were going to Blood on the Snow. Do they have enough snow mana? Okay, so we're still doing good because we have Great Henge, we have 2 Planeswalkers. Let's try to rebuild with our Nykthos. We can draw many cards. We could even play... I think I should have minus. Okay, I'm playing this very quickly. It is so nerve-wracking to play versus Rusko, but I should have -2. We could emblem Nissa, but I think I want to keep her around because now we can untap Nykthos with Nissa, right? Let's go Gargos. Counterspell. Okay. That happens. But then we do this. We untap Nykthos. Can still make 7 mana. There's 7 mana from Nykthos. We can play Hydras. Draw from Great Henge. So we could try to play these 2 Hydras. Draw 2 cards from Great Henge. Grow the Hydras even more. So let's do 1 for 3. There's an untapped land. And then we can play Silvala from the top of our deck thanks to Nissa. And might even want to... We can pass with Snakeskin Veil up. So if they try to touch any of our creatures, especially Silvala, then we can protect her. We can even protect Nykthos. Or we could draw that Boseiju, get ooh, I have this one. So we play this for 0 to draw from the Great Henge, and then Boseiju is going to be 1 mana, and thus we can destroy their clock at 8. So we get rid of that one. Downside is we don't have protection from Nykthos, but we have a very good board. And the difference between having 1 or 2 midnight clocks and the difference between 8 or 7 counters is huge, because I don't think they can set off that clock next turn. And if they do, they have to run out of spells, and we will have lethal attack, because we have a Mutabolt. We can untap any land with Nissa. I think we should have lethal. They just run Rusko. Okay. Looking good. Wow. Battling Rusko is so nerve-wracking. You need to just have a great performance from your deck. Sheoldred. Yikes. They can win so much life if they set off Midnight Clock. Either Spellbomb can bounce something to our hand. They might need to bounce Selvala. Alright, so they Blood Shifts Thirsa Hydra. Sure. Okay, so what do we do now? We draw. There's another land in the top of our deck. Lose 2. We can play the land. We can... Well, remember Nissa is to untap Nykthos. So now we -2 Vivian. -2 Vivian means we can... Let's Wolf Willowhaven on. -2 Vivian means that when we play Gargos, we can go grab one of our best creatures. And we can play so many things now. We can Guardian Project, ensure we keep hitting our action, play Gargos, trigger Vivian, go get... Can we close the game? We might be able to close the game. Maybe Defiler of Vigor can help us close the game by putting so many counters in our creatures. Yeah, I think I like that play. Defiler gets a counter. Wow. We have to make sure we don't kill ourselves from drawing so many cards. Great. So let's kill Sheoldred before we keep getting hits so much. When Gargos resolves, now we can make it fight Sheoldred. The thing is, it's going to die because Sheoldred has Death Touch, but I think this is still the play. Kill Sheoldred. Nykthos has 13 Devotion. And then we draw from Selvala, we draw from Great Henge. We can Voracious Hydra for 4. Draw so many cards. Make it fight Rusko. We have more Hydras. So now we need to build a big enough board that we can 19 them. So we can untap Nykthos, tap Nykthos for 16, and play a troll from the top of our deck. We might as well pay life. We plan on winning right now, if we can. Put a counter, draw more cards, then we can run this Hydra for 0. Let's use a bit of mana. I don't think we have enough spells to spend, but let's draw. Now we have 12 power plus Mutavolt. We can play another Hydra for 0. Pay life. Now we have 14 plus Mutavault is 16. Oh, no more permanents other than Gargos? Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so let's pay a little bit more life for Gargos. Come on, you have to give me another creature. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. So it's 16 plus Mutavault is 18. Oh my god. What a way to fail getting lethal. I thought we had it for sure. Like any other, look at our hand. Like any other permanent gets us there, and we spend most of our mana. So yeah, it's not going to be enough. And oh, I could have activated Mutavault. We would have them at 1 attacking with Mutavault. But I think we kill them on the following turn. Well, my plan failed. I was supposed to maybe get one more thing. I'm looking at my entire board, see if there's something else we could have done. Faceless Haven. Well, okay. They're going to set off another clock. And I don't even think they win through a board wipe or through a reverse rebuke. Wow, this was a hard fought battle. Come on, and Gargos doing its thing. Remember, they had the Displacer Kitten that we were able to kill thanks to Gargos. We were able to kill the She-Aldred thanks to Gargos. And look at our board, it's amazing. Yes! We should have won the previous turn. Take it, Rusco, take it! Well, people, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed Gargos Hydras. I surely did. Crafting the deck, building up the deck, and playing these games, especially beating up Rusco. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment, always helps. We will see each other on a future video.